Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey.
And I'm Brian. This is episode 188 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. 188 times we've done this.
Yeah,
That's a lot, really.
been a lot of looking at you.
You know that we're coming up on 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
One of those pre-COVID podcasts.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, I read the other day that like 80% or 90% of podcasts never get past their third episode.
Oh damn!
So we
suck.
We've got staying power. We've got staying power. So if you are new here, though, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. Did you have a good week last week? You said you were sick.
I got sick like halfway through Saturday. I'm still sick now.
Now, and I think our next podcast supporter, if you haven't heard, Joey, our new podcast supporter, you said gave you a little bit of help in not feeling well, because our newest podcast supporter is Salt Stick and JoJé Bars.
I didn't know if you were talking about a customer that coughed in my face, or
No.
I don't know where that was going.
So I first encountered Salt Stick at Gravel Worlds. If you haven't heard that story, you go back and listen to some of the Gravel Worlds episodes. I kind of walked through that, but Salt Stick's idea is I talked through it. Yeah, Salt Stick helps athletes maintain performance by replacing a full spectrum of electrolytes lost through sweat, and in both a form and quantity that your body can absorb. JoJé Bars bring together the right balance of whole food ingredients for sustainable energy, including optimal levels of healthy fats and carbohydrates and nut-based proteins. Now, last week I told you I didn't really have any experience with the JoJé Bars, and I took them with me on my long car trip.
For 4 days. Nothing
No,
else.
it's not all I ate for 4 days, but I did. It was
What are you
great.
supposed to say?
It was great car food. You know when you're on a really long road trip and you're always like,
I eat sunflower seeds.
so I had my little jar of sunflower seeds, and but I always end up just eating junk food.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just want a little something to nibble on, something to kind of like help you pass the time. I threw probably like a half dozen of those things in the center console of the truck, and they really were tasty, and not that I'm surprised by that, but they were. And reading through the ingredients, I mean, it's all real food, and that your body wants real food. Now you use a Salt Stick to replace electrolytes when you weren't.
Well, I
feeling well,
started throwing those things down Sunday afternoon when I was feeling sick.
right? Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
They're powerful, man. It's like I felt like when I started eating, it was gonna be like one of those Alka-Seltzers where it started like foaming in my mouth. But the berry's delicious. It's just like it's pretty potent.
Did you use the chews or the powder?
The chews,
The chews. I like the chews.
they're good. It's just like a pow.
Yeah, because the electrolytes enters your bloodstream faster, or enters your system faster. I guess it's bloodstream because it goes through your mouth tissues as opposed to having to be digested and then distributed. So, if you want to try Salt Stick, or if you want to try JoJé Bar, when you visit their website and reach the checkout, use the code LOVEYOUBUY to take 20% off of all your items. And I think I tried all of the flavors of the JoJé Bars. They're really good.
How did the bacon pancake one taste?
It's good. It's mapley. It's syrup. It's which is delicious. How can you go wrong?
Lather me with syrup.
How can you go wrong there? And of course, we have to thank Cutaway USA because they offer premium cycling apparel. Born where, Joey?
In the Blue Ridge Mountain.
Yeah, you had to think about it. Jess is our go-to.
I didn't have to think about it. I was trying to be dramatic.
Yeah, and Jess is taking another week.
We're podcast sabbatical.
Yeah, a podcast sabbatical. So we'll have her back.
Sabbatical.
She'll come back to us sometime in the near future, and that'll be great.
We'll have our big pre-unpaved one next week.
We'll have a welcome back Jess episode. How's that?
Yeah.
I like that. I'll do
We
that.
should do that at our Airbnb on Friday next week.
Oh,
with Larry. It'll be the four of us.
Oh, that would be fun.
We should do it Friday because I think we're leaving early Friday.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to
Instead of late
We'll
afternoon.
have to
So
talk about unpaid plans. Cutaway USA is an industry leader using innovative fabrics combined with clean, bold designs. Make sure to visit their website at cutawayusa.com to see all the goods. When you reach checkout there, use the code GTD20 to take 20% off of your entire order. So between Salt Stick, JoJé, and Cutaway, they all kind of rhyme, which is kind of cool. But think of all the money that you're now saving with all of those things. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. 20% in all of those places. And I'll have links and the codes in the show notes. Wherever you're consuming that podcast, you should be able to find the show notes to grab that link. And my Beets are still working for me.
I've been taking them. I was surprised I got sick on beet gummies, and I've had some bowel issues you promised me wouldn't go away.
Well, I don't know. Everybody's system's a little different. But the Beets have really worked for me. graveltraveldirt.com/Beets. Send Brian 15 cents with an Amazon affiliate link. I promise to share 7.5 cents with you on every order, Joey.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Would that be okay?
Okay.
I'll send you the little penny.
Keep my day job.
So I just got back from a big, long travel week. I think the last time I was home was sitting here with you last Tuesday.
You left the next morning.
Left the next morning, did a whole South Carolina, Florida whirlwind kind of thing. I did get one full day to sit on the beach in South Carolina. We went to Pawleys Island, which is south of Myrtle Beach. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous beach. It was really warm. The water was beautiful. Went for some ocean swimming. Loved that. Hadn't done that since last summer probably. It's the first time I've been back to the beach to actually jump in the water. And always the salt air, man. The salt air and the salt water, it does you good. It does you real good. It does me good, But then it was from South Carolina to Florida for a few days to visit down there with my daughter and her fiance. Now I get to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to say that now. And then turned it around and bolted back home to beat Hurricane Ian, which is probably by the time this drops on Thursday, Ian will have made landfall somewhere in Florida and will begin to be screaming towards us. I hope we don't get a lot of nasty weather from that. Sometimes it feels like we get great weather when the hurricanes are out there because they suck all the bad stuff up, but when they come toward us, it's always kind of I don't like that. So as long as somebody else is suffering, then we'll be okay. We'll be all right.
That's a good attitude. There we go.
Sorry about that, all y'all. I hope it doesn't have any impact on anybody's events. Particularly, it's only 12 days, Joey. 12 days.
Did you see the track of that thing? It literally goes like over
No, I haven't.
Southern Calvert, like Lusby.
No, I haven't looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My mom said that today. Although it would be like post-tropical depression.
It'll
be rain and wind, but
it'll carry a lot of rain.
it's
It's going to hammer my daughter in Orlando.
the track of it.
Woo.
Well, that's you don't.
You live in
You have
Florida.
to move to Florida and know that.
Yeah, you have to know. You have
Florida
to know.
man.
You know what all the Florida people ought to do? Eat some Beets, order some Cutaway USA jerseys and kits, and then they can stock up on JoJé Bars and Salt Stick electrolytes, have all that stuff ready in the hurricane kits. That's what they ought to do.
That line is like Solomon's, Calvert, St. Leonard,
Oh, boy.
St. Mary. Yeah,
Okay, well,
It'll be fun.
how often does it actually follow the track that they predict?
every time.
Yeah.
I have kayaks for sale. I'll sell them 20% off.
I think I need to do some prep work on the pier.
Yeah, I got to move the stuff down on the pier.
Yeah,
I got a
thank
canoe in the
you
water
for that.
still and
Wake up.
tie up my kayaks.
One thing I did see when we were driving back up north on 95 over the last couple of days, the power trucks were it was like a steady stream on 95 South. And every place you went, like through South Carolina, North Carolina, they were it felt like, I guess they stage. I guess they kind of go places
Probably.
and stage there. so that they don't go all the way and get in the way because there's nowhere for them to stay there. They'd be taking up the resources for the people that are evacuating.
I'll tell you what, if I was 18, I would pick that career path.
Yeah.
Holy cow, my friends that are linemen.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we're in our early 30s, some of them are making almost $200,000 a year.
Wow. I did
Yeah.
not know it was that lucrative.
They do stuff like that. They make a ridiculous amount of. They work their asses off, obviously.
That's probably
They
hard
work nonstop.
Dangerous work,
it's
too.
a lot of work.
It's dangerous, too.
Yeah.
Dangerous work.
Pole dancing and all, but no, it's definitely takes the right person. Man, they work, but yeah, the money is good.
Oh, well, there was this. It seemed like every hotel had like 10 or 12 or 15 of their trucks lined up, kind of like outside. And I guess they're staging, waiting to see where they needed to go.
I'm also afraid of heights and electricity, so
I will mess with a
I
lot
guess
of
you would have had to adapt.
Yeah, I'll mess with a lot of things. Electricity is not something that electric systems.
I
That's
try
not
it every
something
so often.
I mess with that much. I did hear from Father Dave after our last episode. He was talking about our idea to have a little scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
So we need to put our heads together and come up with a list of things for the scavenger hunt. Now, how many things do you think should be on a list of a good scavenger hunt? 20, 25?
Oh God, that's too many.
That's too
I
many?
was thinking a dozen was too high.
A dozen? Okay, well, 10?
Like 8.
8 or 10? Well, if we come up with like 8 or 10 and they're all really good, we'll have to add. We can't cut out some good ones. But I was hoping to maybe solicit some ideas from listeners. So if you have an idea for an item,
We need it before Sunday night, which is the second.
So hurry up quick and send us your thoughts and ideas on a scavenger hunt. The obvious stuff, I
Got
think,
to be
we'll
all
add in.
inclusive.
It's going to be.
Don't put something out on the difference.
No, but Pope Patty,
Then you're limiting the people to doing the 50.
but you still got to have like pierogies at Pope Patty as being one.
Yeah.
That
could be
You
one.
can't. I would agree. You can't include things that just have the difference and that include the difference, but you also can't limit it from that middle route.
This is all going to be, I guess, photo based.
Or however, I don't know.
Screenshots.
Just have
I
fun.
don't know.
I don't know that. Are we going to do prizes for the scavenger hunt?
I'll give out 1 pack of salt sticks. One single pack.
Be easily mailed.
Yeah.
We do. They sent us a whole bunch to give away. So look for us at unPAved. We don't have a whole
I'll
bunch,
eat all those by the time I'm done sick.
but we're gonna have some. I would hope maybe we'll have some left from the little love care package that they sent that we will
Yeah.
distribute as long as Joe can get healthy. But yeah, send us some ideas. Like I'm thinking pierogies, a picture of pierogies at Popati. We threw out some others, a couple things like a Rusty Rail beer.
Rusty Rail has a good sour out now, I
I
think.
know we saw that, and I commented on their Instagram post. I was like, please tell me that's still gonna be around. Because a lot of times, sometimes those things don't
Oh,
make
I'll
them
just-
go away.
Actually, I'll find out, and then I'll have Brett go buy me a pack, and then I'll give Brett double the money, and then he makes money on buying me beer.
Bingo! It's like right around the corner for him.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to cut his grass because you're paying him. Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
What's going on over there in your world?
Well, I had a special beer delivery. Miss Nadine brought me 2 4-packs of Heady Topper.
Nice.
Mad Alchemist. That is hard to come by, and you don't see it far from Vermont, from Stowe.
Okay.
And she was up there, and she went on a manhunt and found it. I'll tell you what, but that is some of the best IPA I've ever had. I'm not a huge IPA person. I think everyone knows that now, but it's delicious. It's in the cooler right now, but
What's it called again?
Heady Topper by Mad Alchemist.
Okay.
And I'm just not having alcohol tonight, being sick. It's going to impede my recovery.
Yep.
My biggest thing right now is I'll probably know after I ride, but I'm planning on doing the 50, and I hopefully this little sickness doesn't screw up my chest again.
No, hope not.
Yeah.
Hope not. Because you were doing really well there.
It's funny because I feel like I could go out and the 50 isn't anything this year to do other than the long stuff, but I'll be fine. But I remember 19 being like, oh man, wasn't anywhere near ready to do the 50.
Yeah.
Last year the 90 was just
Yeah.
And I don't think I could do the 90 this year, and this is what I say every week, but I do. Hopefully this thing goes by in the next day or so I can get out. I mountain bike last week. I did a little bit of everything last week after we recorded. We had a good night ride, but
A night mountain bike ride?
Yeah, we did that on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Or no, Thursday. I don't know which night. I rode Monday. I did that. I rode this weekend. This weekend we had our big Cannondale kickoff party. So I want to thank everyone that came out to that and still listens to the podcast.
Yep.
Which isn't many of my customers, but maybe I'll force them to listen to it. But Will came down. We Joey and Brian provided new picnic tables for the shop. Man, that was a struggle. So I switched from wood to those really nice faux whatever.
Polyurethane.
Yeah, Costco, but not
metal.
Costco. Costco makes, I don't know. They actually fold up. They're still about 70 pounds, but we can lock them up easier. They fold up.
That's what I'm going to ask you.
I don't have to. The other ones I realized I had to treat and stain and all the other stuff.
Okay.
These things are great. Like, we could fold them up, put them in a trailer.
And take them. They could be
take 'em
mobile.
somewhere. Yeah.
Now, are you leaving them out?
They're next to the building. I got a lot coming.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. I only bought the 2 right now because I'm afraid of. I'll wait till Sick decides to buy the 3rd.
Yeah. Now, the you can lock them up, but they'll be folded up, locked up, or
We'll
will
be folded up, locked up. We'll have a good system out back, but Thursday before the group ride, they'll go out and they'll stay out till Sunday, and we'll put some sandbags and stuff on them. Or we could fold them up every night.
Oh, that's a great idea. If you
We had a nice little setup. We had the bike stands out there. I forgot the umbrellas. I have them. They're here. That kind of stuff. But Saturday was great. It was like 50 degrees in the morning. So about half the people overdressed because it was warming up. But no, we did our average show route. We had multiple groups. We had new riders out. We had 35, 40 people riding. It was a perfect morning. It never got hot, but it never got cold. It was like the perfect riding weather. We got back. Everyone kind of hung out like we wanted to with the picnic tables and the bikes outside. And Will brought a new Super 6 Evo, like the gravel race machine from them, which is a beautiful, like purple speckle, beautiful paint job, a new mountain bike.
cough button.
Yeah. No, and then we had coffee and pastries from Proteus out. It was great.
Nice.
And people hung out for a few hours, and Will gave away bottles and multi-tools and Cannondale stuff and sold some Cannondales that day. It was a good day.
Nice. So the first Cannondale sale has been accomplished. Ta-da!
Yeah, we went through multiple. Proteus already sold has already been going through a couple, but yeah, it was great.
Cool.
We finally got a Super 6 in the store, and then that left Saturday. We're like,
it lasted a day?
Yeah, I built it up on Thursday night into Friday. My bike hasn't showed up yet, but it should be here this week.
Okay.
Sorry, my head hurts really bad now. No, that was the kickoff party. It was great. The coffee was amazing. We got some cold brew from Proteus Brews and some. I didn't have any hot coffee. I haven't switched to that yet, but yeah, that was kind of last week. I put some new tires on the mountain bike, and I rode Monday, and my legs were still. I wasn't feeling sore, but when I rode Monday, I was feeling sluggish on the mountain bike from probably Saturday's C&O ride. And I put new tires on. I thought they were a little too tacky. And then when I rode Wednesday, I realized it was just my legs because those things are so grippy compared to my
you
old
felt like you were a little sluggish kind of thing?
I went pretty heavy on the knobs compared to the old ones, the old Maxxis Ardent Races, and I went to some Specialized has some wild names. I had a ground control on the back and an eliminator up front. The eliminator matches up with a tire called the Butcher. But the Butcher was a little too all mountain for me. But those things are still way more traction than my old tires.
Yeah.
Which gave me way more confidence. I was really happy riding with them. Riding with Tom and Ethan and Noah. It was that weird time of light right before it got dark where my eyes couldn't keep up with how fast they were going.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to slow down. I was like, I'm going to hurt my...
Oh, yeah. Don't
I was
do
like,
that.
ooh, we were hauling ass.
Don't
And
do that.
I was like, all right, I got to back off or wait for it to get darker.
Yeah.
We had a great night. It was also really nice out. We had a big switch in weather.
I've been tempted. Yeah, it was like fall showed up like in the same day. It was like, boom.
You got to put some new sealant in the stumpy and just come out for one of the cruises.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was going to say.
We're not riding. I mean, we're riding, but we're picking good routes. Like, it's doable whether you're fast and technical or you just want to ride.
Yeah, I just gotta be real careful. Hey, you want me to do Strava Club tonight since you're not feeling good? I'm
gonna go make a hot cup of coffee real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna walk through the Strava Club then.
Oh, but I wanted to say Kalamazoo and Pepe Le Pew.
I got top 100 rider random shout outs. Now, folks, if you wanted to actually show you up in this list, all you need to do is head over to Strava and search in the clubs for Gravel Travel Dirt. They'll find us, join the club, and then you got to just break into that top 100, which this week was only 120.7 miles. I say that like that's nothing, but that's a considerable number of miles. First name that I pulled randomly, Keith Mitchell from Purcellville, Virginia, 141.5 miles. Aaron Fouts from Kalamazoo, Michigan, another Michigander with 142.8. And yeah, I hope this is just a Strava name. Pepe Le Pew from Phoenix, Arizona, 147 miles. Thank you, everybody that joined the Strava Club, and we appreciate you. And great job, Keith, Aaron, and Pepe Le Pew. That's a throwback way back to my Ute. Joey, were you around for Pepe Le Pew on Bugs Bunny? You know who Pepe Le Pew is? Okay, well, Joey says he knows who Pepe Le Pew is. I don't know what he's over there in the kitchen doing. He's kind of like doing a thing. So we're going to talk tonight, Joey. Listen up while I'm talking about what we're going to talk about from way over there. You're big on this brand right now because you've got them in the shop, the PNW.
Get away.
No, well, you've got them in the shop. You've got all the good stuff. Folks, go to Buttocks Innovation Center. You have got some of the premier cycling gear. Now, can they find the same stuff in Proteus that you're putting in the shop down here?
Yeah, we differ a little bit, but we do carry the same stuff.
You're not going to find any cutaway stuff up there in College Park,
no.
Right?
So
that's a Solomon's thing.
Yeah.
I guess if somebody up there wanted it, they could figure out a way to.
Yeah, well, we can send some of the floral kits, some of the shop jerseys. We're just down here, but
now I've heard you talk about this for a couple weeks. PNW has a new pocket tool, the Pebble tool. It is a pocketable multi-tool, and I like these descriptions. No bigger than your favorite fun-sized piece of Halloween candy. I guess like a little mini Snickers bar, kind of that big.
I want a regular size.
You want a multi-tool that's like the full-size candy bar?
Yeah.
It has all of the little bits to bail you out on your most common biking mishaps without the added weight of feeling like you packed half a toolbox in your shorts. I'm not going to even touch that with a 10-foot pole. They put great care into defining the exact tools you need. This is probably the most interesting and unique thing about this is that they have integrated a Dynaplug tire repair accessory. So when you have that puncture that just won't seal and you're running tubeless, the Dynaplug, and I think just about everybody's opinion now, is the way to go.
There's still some sponsor-corrected listeners out there
doing the stance darts and
like Dave.
Things like that. It has a 3mm, 4mm, 5mm, and 6mm hex. It has a T25 Torx that I think this is very unique. It's hidden underneath the Dynaplug accessory. So you unscrew that off the top, and you have the T25 underneath of that. And I love the way, because this is one of the things I was curious about, is how they keep the Dynaplug seated. And it actually, when you fold the 6mm hex and the Dynaplug, they nest together so that the Dynaplug, the tip of the Dynaplug fits into a little notch that's carved out in the center of the 6mm. So it's super tiny, comes in some really cool colors, like a bronze. What were the others?
There's blood orange, fruit snacks purple, which is hot.
I know, I like that.
I wanted those I want all the fruit snack purple colors that clash with the AA, and then blackout black.
So I've asked you to get me one of the purple ones because I'm not going to do the same thing that happened to me, like dropping my Dynaplug, my carbon racer, and it's OD green, so it blends in with everything that's on the ground. You got to be a little smarter, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm getting that purple one so that I'll be able to find it quick and easy. No, it's a nice little size tool, and it's got just about everything you need on it.
Yep.
What would be missing, Joey, off of that you would think, especially for a long ride? We've talked about this before, like having some.
I would say that is what I would use for my everyday ride around here on my road bike and my mountain bike.
When a bailout's easy.
Yeah, I think if I was doing more something more adventurous, I'd probably just leave that in my hip pack and take my big Crank Brothers and my actual Dynaplug that has multiple Dynaplugs or multiple plugs and all. But that is the typical 90% of my riding.
I think I still carry more. I carry my Dynaplug, which has 4 tips, and then I actually keep when you buy
I have the pill, so I have like a full refill in my pill.
So what I've done is when you buy the replacement pack or the refill packs,
Yep.
it's in a little plastic like snap container thing.
Yeah.
I just pulled all the cardboard off, and that actually fits really nicely and stays sealed.
Yeah, you can still take that with this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that combined with this would actually do a great.
I just think there's a couple little extras on my Crank Brothers. I'd have more peace of mind if I was out because I can be a little more creative than most, and I could help someone or get back.
Yeah.
Even that little chain tool on those has spoke wrenches. That's the chain tool. It's what else is it? There's
what I ran into though?
Valve core remover tool.
You remember down at Crowtail when I had a problem with that spoke keep coming loose? I did not have on that Crank Brothers tool a spoke wrench that was the right size for those GRX.
Because it's stupid Shimano.
Yeah,
they're oversized nipples.
And the large nipples. They have large nipples at Shimano.
Yeah,
and that just threw me for a loop. I think Ted had one in his pack that fit, or somebody did. I can't remember. So yeah, I like the design on it too. It's not the edges are rounded, so that if you wanted to slide that in a cargo bib pocket, it's not gonna take your jersey shorts or your jersey pocket or whatever it is and turn it into something. We got to figure out how to make that window go lower. So
he still hears, but
hey, Blake, everybody.
All listeners are used to a little bit.
There he is. He came over to me when I called him. What a good.
He's
boy.
fine.
He's good. He's all good.
Being quiet. Someone's outside. No, that'd be great. I'll say my Crank Brothers is bulky. Like I have to keep that little band around so it doesn't flop open.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just it is what it is.
Yeah, this is just really nice and compact and perfect. Absolutely perfect for like just round town kind of thing. And just so genius to actually throw that Dynaplug accessory in there too. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, when I saw the spy shots of that, I was a little worried because Dynaplug came out with bar end Dynaplugs now that are like $120. It's like, dang, that's so expensive.
Well, the price point
on this is amazing.
Under $40, right?
Yeah, this is every mountain biker needs this, or every person running tubeless and just needs a basic multi-tool.
Mm-hmm.
This just checks every box.
I have a little the Gerber Dime, which I carry with me as a multi-tool as well. It's about the same size as this.
Mm-hmm.
It's got scissors and a blade, and it's got pliers that fold out. Those two things together would fit just about every bill that I think I need.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is a nice tool. I'm looking forward to getting one in the purple, and I think you said you've got some coming in the shop, right?
I got every color coming in the shop.
Nice.
So if you would like to come check them out, they actually are from obviously the West Coast, but they show up really quick.
Cool. Another thing that we just saw that I've always had a couple of those ass saver fenders that stick up underneath the seat. You know the ones I'm talking about, but they always conflict with if you put a saddlebag underneath there, or if you put anything else underneath there, it always kind of is a problem. Trying to get all that stuff to work and play together nicely. Ass Savers has just released a new mud guard that it's interesting. It's a clip-on mud guard that sits on the seat stays, and it's a very small piece of plastic that has little zip tie closures, and then the mud guard actually clips onto that, so you can actually take the mud guard component off and leave the other piece in place if you don't want the mud guard there for some reason. You don't need it, but yet leave that little plastic clip. I've ordered one, Joey, and you laughed at me for doing it, but I ordered one just because I want to see how it works. Because I've always been a fan of the Ass Savers fender because it's so simple, and it's not an always on thing. Because one of the things that I ran fenders for a while. I ran fenders on the A-wall, and the bolts are always coming loose, and there's always rattling, and there's always something that happens. And if you get, God forbid, you get into any mud situation, and it just cakes up underneath the fender.
I liked mine a little bit. I mean, they burned, so I don't have them anymore. But
Yeah.
I'll buy some nice ones one day.
The so PNW has that's part of their lineup as well, right? Don't they have fenders?
No.
Oh, I thought they had fenders. For some reason, I thought
maybe
they-
mudguard for a fork one day from them. But
Okay.
actually, the ones I really like are like the SKS. They're like wraparound rubber clip-ons. Those things are really nice too.
So they kind of wrap around the seat post, right?
The seat stays and the fork too.
Okay. Okay.
They seem another nice, really solid. I do carry a lot of the ass savers by my checkout counter.
You know, it's
Just the rear clip-ons. They look cool, and a nice, quick rainy day, you just throw it on.
you just throw it on. It's super easy. And it also it goes right into your bag, and you don't even know you have it until you need it. And you know, as long as you don't forget you have it, which I've done before, forget that I actually had it.
And save your ass.
Another thing that's out there, Mid-South registration is opening soon for Mid-South, but it hasn't been opened already. They're doing something new this year. It's called the Get Here Grant, and that's going to open up on October 14th. What they've done is basically recognize that not only is the entry price point sometimes a barrier, but there's also an economic a barrier that's also associated with it. In addition to the entry fee, is just the travel and what you do when you get there. So, and this is a grant that you apply for, and they're going to choose 10 individuals. They're going to get a free entry into their choice of the category and distance for 2023, travel and lodging accommodations to and from Stillwater, and a $500 stipend for food during race weekend, race day nutrition gear, bike maintenance, or whatever else is standing between them and having an incredible weekend in Stillwater for Mid-South. So if you are interested in that, I would say go over to their website and see more details. But I think that's, that we're being so I just love the inclusive activities that it seems like event directors are always and ever thinking about new ways to break down walls. And it's in gravel. You don't see it anywhere else. Do you see anything like this anywhere else? I don't know that I do. I haven't seen anything like this. Have you?
Twice, actually.
Okay. Where?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. This is the best way. Applications are to be accepted between 8 a.m. on October 14th and 5 p.m. on October 31st. Grant winners will be notified and announced no later than November 4th.
I will say no offense to any gravel promoter, director, but Mid-South's always on the forefront of doing something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's trickle down. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see other folks starting to, get on this kind of a bandwagon, and that's cool. And we just had Matt, just a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about his price point for the event is very low.
Yeah.
Being an East Coast event, he really does a great job with the camping the night of or the night before the event.
I mean,
and the night of the event, so you do not have to get an Airbnb or a hotel or anything.
And it was so much fun.
And it's a blast, So, think about it from that. Matt's doing something of the same thing by trying to break down those economic barriers to keep people, because honestly, folks, his price point is low for an entry.
Man, some of the best coleslaw around.
Some of the best swag you're going to get too. I mean, because it's just full of awesome Ridge Supply stuff. So, good job, Bobby, with Mid-South. I love this. I love this idea. I love what you're doing with that, and I wish you the best with that. And just say thanks to Matt too. Because we're keeping his price point to a place where it's reasonable for everybody to jump in and have a great weekend.
I don't think there's some price. I mean, some of the price points have gotten crazy. Well, I think everything I sign up for, I feel like I'm getting everything. Not that I'm getting like I deserve it. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you do something big, like you see where the money's going.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then take off your glasses, I guess, or put on the glasses. I don't know.
Put on your glasses.
Like, I actually don't remember what I paid for unPAved.
I have no idea.
And you go to that and you realize, where all that's going. And and you're wondering why it's not more expensive, and you go to do all these things like that. I don't know.
Gravel Worlds, I felt the same way. I registered
like-
so far ahead for Gravel Worlds, I don't even remember what it was,
Yeah.
but I can guarantee you I got my money's worth out of that weekend.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think I don't know. I think isn't unbound a few $300 or something now.
Not sure.
That's a cheap part of that trip,
Well,
just like Gravel Worlds. But
Gravel Worlds, yeah, there was some expensive parts that for Gravel Worlds, but the way that we did it, doing the Airbnb, and the Airbnb was super cheap. I feel like we did a very economic. I think I did the whole week in Nebraska, including the Airbnb, including the travel, and including the entry. I think it was probably about $500 or $600 total.
I don't think I ever fully told anyone. Like when it was Dirty Kansas, we camped, so it's $50 total, and then we took a customer/friend's bike out, and someone bailed on him majorly, and he gave us his fleet card for his company
To cover the gas?
cover the gas both ways to take his bike out. We cleaned his bike, I tuned his bike, and that was one of my cheapest gravel trips ever.
Did you guys run pit for him too, or?
Yeah, well, I was riding too, but our crew guy crewed for him too.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Like I paid that was a few $100 trip.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good, in
Yeah.
fact. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You want to do some this or that?
Yeah.
Okay. First item, this is inspired by my journey over the last week. Florida or South Carolina?
Well, I'm a Carolina person.
Yeah.
I think we've been back and forth on Pennsylvania versus North Carolina.
Mhm.
And I think I've said North Carolina a lot because I think North Carolina offers so much, and so does South Carolina. So I'm not going to pick Florida over South Carolina. That's all I'm saying. Like, I will move to Pennsylvania at some point in time soon. South Carolina is beautiful.
I loved South Carolina.
You get a little bit of everything there, too.
The only problem is the riding is not great
No, the riding
in the
sucks,
low country because
but I love low country.
so much marsh that the roads are few and far between, and then they haven't really put any thought into. And this is the sad thing: is if they just put a little thought into the bike infrastructure on some of those roads,
Oh, yeah.
it would be amazing.
The sad thing is the marsh arouses me.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
No, it is gorgeous though, and it's full of redfish. I'm pretty sure I
So
saw
freaking
some
beautiful.
tailing. I saw some tailing. I
Did
know.
you?
Oh
Is
yeah,
there
I'm
a
sure. I
snakehead
did.
down there?
I'm sure they did. Every
Couple
time we drive by, there's a snake in there. Shut up with the snake.
There's something pretty about marsh, and then you got Spanish moss, and the way the architecture is in the low country area is just, it's cool.
And they got the shrimp and grits, and they got
Yeah.
the.
It's
Oh,
like a very classy Florida. How do you say that?
oh,
You got a little bit of that in Florida. You got,
great way to put that.
I mean, maybe Apalachicola I'd like to go to, but that's about it.
Oh, Apalachicola is cool.
Yeah.
Apalachicola and the Panhandle up in the lower Alabama
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of South Carolina,
Yeah.
Georgia, as opposed to Florida. I think it's a whole different. I would lump lower Alabama, Florida, in with South
I've been to
Carolina.
Pensacola. I love that area, but
Yeah.
no, nothing beats that.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I'm gonna take. Although South Carolina, Florida has got some things. You just got to kind of. I don't know. It's like such a mixed bag. It's like they've got like great parks, like not theme parks. I'm talking about like what they do with their other parks, like nature parks, state parks.
Jurassic
But
Parks.
I would definitely still also go with South Carolina. Second item: fall flannel or your favorite hoodie.
I put that because that is a very big toss-up.
That is huge.
What is your answer?
What is my answer? My answer, I'm going to go. Oh, this is super hard, isn't it? I'm probably going to have to stick with the flannel just because I have a couple of them that are like my go-tos. And at that time of the year, in the winter, you barely ever see me not with a flannel because you can wear it over a t-shirt and you can take that off and put it on, take it off, put it. It's like a jacket almost, where the hoodie it's always kind of awkward and you're.
You need to find a good hoodie then.
I've got a couple, and yeah, I'm still going to say flannel. Still flannel.
Oh man,
Still sticking with the flannel. You?
I was excited. I was the basic person on Friday when it was cold. It was in its 50s here, but I pulled out my favorite hoodie.
Did you?
Yeah, I have a lot of hoodies, but like this is like a button down a little bit to the chest.
Mhm.
Usually I've been cutting my hoodies.
Oh,
Sorry, I mean I do love my Grusk hoodie.
Yeah.
And I chopped that into a V right here. So comfortable in the neck, and it's relaxed. But no, I'm gonna go favorite hoodie.
Okay.
Now, I did pull out my Dirtbags hoodie or Dirtbags flannel
Mhm.
for riding soon.
Yeah.
I do love a good flannel, obviously.
Well, I had my hand up flannel. That was what I took with me on the canal trip that we did. Because I like that because it's got a lot of stretch in it, so you can ride in it, and it's real comfortable to ride in. So I'm gonna stick.
I only wear Kitspo flannels. That's where all my money went.
You're a rich man.
No, I have no Kitspo flannel.
You're uber rich if you're in Kitspo. Always have BO and not know it, or always smell BO on everyone else. Where'd you get this one from?
That one I found. I'm like, that is golden. So good.
I would probably much rather smell BO and know it's not me. I would just feel horrible because if you always have it but you don't know it, but people would like talk about it and you would find out about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with I smell it on somebody else because I can, put a mask on in today's COVID world. You'd be good. You know what we did when I went down to after Hurricane Harvey came through the Gulf Coast of Texas. I went down because my sister-in-law's parents, their house flooded. It was like literally underwater. And when we went down to bust the house open, literally bust the house open with an axe. It's the only way because the doors swelled. They're wood and they swelled. You could not open a door. You had to break it down. And as soon as you opened that box, the smell of the mold and the kitchen and the refrigerators, and it was just so bad. So we were wearing masks, and you'd take wintergreen, like liquid wintergreen, and put it inside the mask. It was literally the only way to survive without.
Should just be chewing Big Red under that mask.
I won't be chewing anything. What about you?
If I had it and didn't know about it, I wouldn't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
I
gonna
can't
tell you
smell
right.
it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you do. It's bad.
That's fine. I shower on Sundays now. No, I'd rather.
Now you always smell very.
I'm pretty cleanly. You know,
Clean guy.
I work in a bike shop, so sometimes in the summer it's
You smell like
a little
grease.
sweaty at the end of the day.
No, you smell like grease. Grease and rubber.
That's not bad. It's
No,
it's an
no.
aphrodisiac.
It's a party.
So
So you're going with always have it and not know it.
Yeah.
Versus having to. Smell
I don't want
it.
to smell. I hate. Sometimes it's.
Ugh, yeah. Okay.
I'd rather.
Would you rather build out? When you say build out, I'm going to give you the options, but then
I used to love the treehouse guy on Animal Planet.
Okay, treehouse or a cave.
Discovery.
Build out a treehouse or a cave. Now describe what you mean by build out.
Like build like a dream treehouse or like a dream cave.
Build it into like a man cave, living room kind of thing. Like that what you're talking about? I would prefer a treehouse, I think, over a cave because cave would always be musky, it would be damp. You wouldn't be able to, it would always be cool. It would always be 50 some odd degrees, isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
So you could always have a little fire going, or you could always have some kind of thing happening like that. No matter what time of the year, it'd be always the same temperature, very regulated. That's very appealing, isn't it? That's very appealing. I still think I'd go with a treehouse though. I think it would be too dark for me inside a cave. Where are you at?
Oh, I love. I think having a cool treehouse would be awesome.
Treehouse?
Although I saw that cave on the canal the other day that we always see. Like, that'd be cool.
Wow, we should have stopped and gone in there.
Yeah, because caves would be cool. I would love a treehouse with like a wood burning hot tub on one side overlooking like a probably up on like nice vista
How
on
high?
the unpaved route.
How high?
The treehouse
Yeah, would it
Only,
be
like, 10 feet.
I was gonna say that treehouse that's like 2 feet off the ground.
But man, have you guys ever have you ever watched the Treehouse Masters show or whatever
No,
it's called?
I haven't.
Even
seen
Shaq had a treehouse built on there.
that. Really?
Um,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
it was one of my favorite shows. It's on like Animal Planet.
It's probably on YouTube too. I'm gonna go down the treehouse rabbit hole.
It's
on
good.
YouTube tonight. That'll be
Pete-
my thing.
Is a pretty cool guy, but there's some awesome treehouses on there.
All right.
That was like one of mine and Jess's early shows we used to binge.
So we both went
where she
South
put up with it
Carolina.
for me.
We disagreed on flannel and hoodie. We disagreed on BO, but then we agreed once again. We came
Yeah.
back together and agreed
Yeah.
on the treehouse.
Treehouse.
All right, listen. I know you're not feeling good, so let's shut this.
I got decaf pods for the espresso machine.
I know, but it's I can tell
It's
you're
delicious.
you're not feeling it. So, folks, make sure to check out Cutaway, and make sure to check out Salt Stick, and make sure to check out JoJé. I definitely recommend all three of those things. I use all three of those things, as does Joey. So make sure to check them out. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoy the podcast, maybe consider joining our Patreon family. We really appreciate all the support, and your little monthly donation of a couple of bucks helps us keep the podcast going, and we greatly appreciate it. How can folks get in touch with us, Joey, if they want to?
Well, like I said, you can come touch me at unPAved in person. You can hug me. I think Jessica's just got scammed on an Instagram thing.
No.
Dang, that's gonna suck for her. Yeah, if you want to come give me a hug, put on. I don't know, that's kind of gross. We will be at unPAved, but if you want to see us social media, we're at Instagram at Mid-Atlantic GTD, and our website is at graveltraveldirt.com.
Did you see that Instagram thing I posted, the reel on the GTD account of the CrossFit runners?
I didn't know what was going on with that one.
Okay, basically it was like a security cam,
Yeah.
and there was a group of CrossFit runners that was running down the sidewalk, and it was through like this little cafe thing, and they had tables all around. And some dude jumps up because he's wondering what these people are running from,
Yeah.
and he takes off. It turns into mass hysteria, and everybody from every table gets up and runs away because these CrossFit runners came running through. You didn't understand what was going on there?
Well, I didn't know CrossFitters ran.
Well, they'll run around the building, and then they'll slam a ball or flip a tire or something like that, and then they'll run around the building. So they do it in like little pods and little groups, and a whole bunch of people run through the middle of this thing, and then all of a sudden everybody jumps. That's pretty funny. Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Joey, Jess, and Blake's kitchen. Thanks for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others. Love you, bye. Love you, bye.